Pick up the stars tonight. We'll be burning on and on, building a brighter light where no one knows, a place untold. Give me a hand tonight, and everything will be alright. We'll run away into the fields of gold where dreams are grown.
Hello Virgo, this is Inspire 2016 with your weekly tarot reading for the week commencing the 10th of July until the 16th of July 2017. The first card for you is representing, how do you feel about yourself? Your card is the Queen of Swords. You will meet a female significant figure who is most likely from the air sign, who is stern and composed, and without much feeling. If you are single, she might be someone that you're looking forward to be your partner. On the other hand, this card also represents the intellect's ability to judge and discern impartially, without the influence of emotion or sentimentality. She likes to know the how, what, why, where, when and who of everything to help her make sense of her environment and to better understand others. It is not that she does not care about others, but she connects to other people through an intellectual understanding rather than an emotional understanding. The Queen of Swords is a sign that you need to be independent in thought and in judgment. You must use your unbiased intelligence in order to make a judgment of a particular situation, drawing upon every piece of information and fact that you have gathered along the way. Empathy or compassion towards others may distract you from the task at hand, so it is important that you think with your head and not with your heart at this particular time. Do not let emotion get in the way. Rather, use fact and logic to make your decisions. The Queen of Swords also has an innate ability to tell it like it is. She is a quick thinker and highly perceptive, and as such, she can cut through the noise and confusion to get straight to the point. There is certainly no beating about the bush, or softening of her comments, opinions and thoughts. She is upfront and honest about her opinions, and expects the same from others. The best way to interact with the Queen of Swords, therefore, is to remain as impartial as possible, and to present your thoughts and opinions concisely and honestly. The second card for you is representing, what do you want most right now? Your card is the Nine of Swords. What do you want most right now is the end of fear, frustration and uncertainty at some point in your life. Your experience of the world is greatly influenced by our expectations, desires, and fears, and therefore you are largely the creator of your own world, and your attitudes determine how you experience that world. The Nine of Swords can also reflect fear of the future, or what may possibly happen in the future. If you allow yourself to be bound by fear of the future, you are at risk of eventually creating a negative reality for yourself by virtue of your expectations. Your nightmare becomes your self-fulfilling prophecy, which is clearly not a desirable outcome. Generally, this card is an indication that you are worrying excessively about a situation. You are literally being kept up at night because you are so anxious about a particular issue. It is possible you are working yourself up unnecessarily, and, if you were to look at the situation more objectively, you may come to realize that it is not as bad as you are making it out to be. In fact, all that worry and despair is what is making it worse, so rather than fretting about it, do something to change it. Although most people experience fear, frustration and uncertainty at some point in their lives, You should not allow those negative emotions to immobilize you or keep you from pursuing your goals with enthusiasm and hope. Expect at least some level of uncertainty in the future, and draw upon your inner strength to remain as flexible and adaptable to that uncertainty as possible. The Nine of Swords can also indicate that you are being incredibly hard on yourself, putting yourself down or engaging in negative self-talk. For every mistake you make, you blame yourself and become worked up and angry at yourself for messing up again. So, ask yourself why you are being so hard on yourself. How are you putting yourself down, or what is the source of your depression? What can you do to make yourself feel better? The third card for you is representing your fears. Your card is the Ace of Pentacles. You are afraid that a financial opportunity may fall through. The opportunity may be a pay rise, a new job, a loan, etc. Additionally, you need to be very careful about what you can and cannot afford. Do not get in over your head and take on a mortgage that requires huge monthly repayments. Do not rely on the promise of a financial opportunity in the future, for example a pay rise or a gift. Allow some fat in your budgeting in case you are without employment at any time or have a large and unexpected financial outlay. Similarly, the Ace of Pentacles indicates a time when you try to manifest your goals but you do not get very far along due to delays and other impediments to your plans. If your success is limited, then you may need to re-evaluate and modify your plans and proposed approach. Your goals may also need to be realigned to something more realistic. Financial or other professional advice may be needed to help you get back on track. This card can also indicate corruption, greed and taking what one has not earned. Be careful that you are not being overly opportunistic and exploiting others as you strive towards higher profits and earnings. You may also be blinded by an obsession for greater financial accumulation and wealth, at the expense of other areas of your life. If you are considering starting a new business or taking up a new job offer, there is a significant risk to success due to lack of planning and foresight. You may overlook the financial details of your business plan, and head into a new idea blindly, without an indication of whether or not there is indeed a market for your services. You may also rush into creating a business, without doing the planning that needs to sit behind it. You need to plan more and have more foresight and consideration into the financial aspects that align to your passions and career interests. The fourth card for you is representing what is going for you. Your card is the Eight of Swords. You may feel trapped by your own thoughts and perspectives. The woman in this card is blindfolded and bound, trapping her into thinking that she has no way out. However, if only she could remove the blindfold and change her thinking, she would see that she does indeed have options. So, the Eight of Swords suggests that you need to look at a difficult situation from a new angle. Draw upon your intellectual self and your emotional self to determine the best path forward, one that avoids any possible victimization or restriction. The Eight of Swords is often a sign that it is best not to make any important decisions at this point because your thinking has been limited and constrained by self-imposed boundaries. You are struggling to see a situation for what it is and have been led to believe certain things that may or may not be true. There are choices available, but first you must be within the right mindset to know which option to choose. This means releasing the bindings and the blindfold to see the situation from a different, less imposing angle. There may also be too many ideas running through your head. Thus it is best to wait until you feel more secure and certain about a situation before making important decisions and taking action. If you see part of this woman in yourself, then it is imperative you take back your power and personal accountability and open your eyes to the options that lie in front of you. The fact is that you do have options, even if you do not like those options. This is fine, so long as you accept that you do indeed have options and you do not have to be the victim here. The Eight of Swords portrays a dilemma whereby you are faced with the difficulty of a painful decision and you are at an impasse, uncertain of which way to go. However, what you may not realize is that the decision in the Eight is the result of our own actions. Despite the fact that you have boxed yourself into a corner, there is a way out. The solution is simply to deal with the situation in the most direct yet tactful manner possible, and face your choice with inner strength. It is time to be honest with yourself and others in order to be free of the burden of fear or guilt that is implied with the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords can indicate that your interests will be opposed by other people, and this may create restrictions to what it is you want to achieve. Take back your power and realize that you have options whether others oppose you or not. You do not have to be constrained by their way of thinking or their rules. The fifth card for you is representing what is going against you. The Eight of Cups. You may be feeling confused about where your best options lie. Part of you wants to explore new horizons and possibilities, but another part of you fears that in doing so, you will miss out on what your current circumstances have to offer. The Eight of Cups also represents knowing when to walk away from a situation that is ultimately not working for you. Even though there are some fundamental issues that have not been resolved, you know that no matter how hard you try, these will probably never be resolved. It hurts you to have to walk away with this lack of closure, but you know this is what is needed right now. Sometimes, however, there may be a lack of commitment to walking away, whereby one day you are ready to leave and by the next day you are having doubts and wanting to stay. The Eight of Cups can reflect helpless, aimless drifting from one place to the next by someone who cannot stand to be confined to just one setting or someone who never quite fits in. You may fear intimacy and have difficulty making and keeping your commitments. When things become too difficult, you quickly escape and leave behind your troubles, rather than dealing with them head-on. The last card for you is representing the likely outcome that you may have. Your card is the Two of Cups. There will be a beautiful start to a new romance in which you experienced understanding, harmony and deep love between two souls. The seed has blossomed into a tree of appreciation. Kindness and thoughtfulness will bind your two hearts together with the feeling of being simultaneously very special to one another. This card can also refer to marriage, proposals and engagements, particularly as this card portrays what looks like a wedding or hand fasting. It is a reflection of commitment between two individuals, to say that they will go through life together, always considerate of each other's needs and wishes. This card typically points towards a relationship that is based on mutual attraction and romantic inclinations. It reflects the clear, nurturing, supportive and heartfelt exchange of emotions that is the gift of a romantic relationship. The Two of Cups represents love that is nurturing, creative, clearly focused, inspirational and equally fulfilling. Outside of love, the Two of Cups reflects a partnership of sorts, be it a business partnership, friendship or even a relationship between a person and their pet. On first glance, the Two of Cups shares a similar message to the Lovers. However, the energy of the Two of Cups is slightly weaker than the Lovers card. Whereas the Lovers is the reunion of two complete beings, the Two of Cups is a less mature union that, stable as it may seem, does have the potential to come undone over a longer period of time. So, while the union is strong now, it is not clear whether the relationship shown by the Two of Cups can stand the test of time. Only the two people involved can decide that. Despite the focus on the two beings shown on this card, The Two of Cups also points to what is happening within the individual. To be truly loved, deeply treasured and valued highly by others, you must first and foremost strive to create those feelings for yourself. That is, when you work toward loving yourself, you hold your inner spirit in higher regard, treating it with deference and deep respect. When you see yourself in this positive light, other people cannot help but respond to your personal sense of value in an equally positive manner. Last but not least, the guidance card for you is: the obstacles and blocks are lifted. Congratulations! All your personal growth work has disentangled you from the snares of fear-based blocks. All systems are go, and you are on your way. The key now is for you to stay centered in positive energy. Any doubts or worries must be immediately faced and dealt with, such as giving them to God for healing. Do not allow your mind to wander to worst-case scenarios, lest you manifest those fears into reality. Remember that God gave you the spiritual power of creation, so use it to craft your masterpiece that will leave a helpful and inspiring legacy.
I hope that you enjoy everything, and if you like the reading, just please click subscribe and you will get instant notifications every time we publish a new video right to your YouTube. Thanks.